Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel, Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron.
I'm Tom.
And we are here with another 7,500 point BattleTech battle report. So Tom is coming back at me.
Yeah,
he wants a rematch.
I do.
So we're doing a recon mission, right? Recon again. I want to be defender. So I pick my side and I put 3 objectives down on the table within a certain target zone.
Yeah.
Tom's going to secretly write down which one of those objectives he secretly wants to perform reconnaissance on. And so throughout the game, Tom is going to try to position his mechs, right, to get closer and closer to his objective. Once he's within 3 inches of his objective, he's got to get back off the table edge. Now, 9 turns. Yeah. If 9 turns expire and you have not declared, right, and you've not scanned that objective, you automatically lose.
Right.
And if you don't get back off the board by turn 16,
yeah,
you also automatically lose. So you basically have 9 turns to get to the objective, and then 7 turns to get off the board. So pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So
what are your forces?
My forces, here's what I've got. So the Royalston Grenadiers are defending. So this time you're coming into FedCom space, and so I've got a classic Federated Sons mech, the Victor. So this is a modification of the 9B. So I dropped the SRM-4, swap it out for an LRM-5. This gives the Victor a little bit more long-range
See the one with the AC-20?
AC-20. So I've got a nice meaty gun for when that spider comes in range.
Might
Spoiler
be the best
alert.
gun in the game. Probably the best gun in the game. My favorite.
It's phenomenal.
My crab.
You love it. Yeah. So the other mech I have is a quick draw. So this is a 60-tonner. Real solid mech. Now, the stock quick draw is a little goofy because it has 2 flavors. Either 2 medium lasers facing forward or an SRM-4 facing forward, and the other weapons are facing backwards, right? So what I did was I modified and I put them all facing forward. I did drop 1 medium laser and slap on some more armor, but rear-mounted weapons don't really do it for me.
Like a spin move, like like a helicopter.
Something. So the other mechs that I have a Wolfhound. This is your standard WLF-1A, solid choice. And then lastly, I have a Whitworth. So this guy's packing 2 LRM-10s and 3 medium lasers. So this is going to be my fire support mech.
What's the tonnage on it?
I think it's 40-ton mech.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's reasonable, it's respectable.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy, but he packs a lot of firepower for a little guy.
Yeah, I see the map. It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So what are you packing?
Yeah, so I got a new formation. I got the J-Wax. So yeah, last time didn't go so well, so tried to mix it up a little bit. I still took a Jenner. One of the commenters on the last bat rep made the comment that I should take the JR-7F, the fire mech. Okay. So I'm dropping some weapons for more armor, basically. Right?
Yeah, it's a pretty nasty variant. It costs a little bit more for sure, but it's... Jenners
are surprisingly expensive, right? But they can, we've had some games where they just last forever. So for the tonnage, they're pretty good. So I'm excited about that. And then the WA is the Warhammer.
Yep.
Super solid mech.
2 PPCs.
Yeah. And then the C for the catapult, brought him back. He did really well. I let him down, I think. Yeah. Is what happened.
Last game? Yeah.
Yeah. But he's got slightly better piloting this game. Yeah. And then the S is the spider. So we swapped the other Jenner for the other one that we were considering for that last list, which was the spider. So he's super fast. Yeah. Made of paper.
Right. Hoping to land an AC-20 shot on him. Just watch him explode in a fireball.
I'm hoping he lasts at least like 6 turns. We'll see.
We'll see.
6 turns and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he gets that objective, there's no way I'm catching him. I think it moves 12 inches a turn. That's pretty intense. Yeah. With jump jets. So.
Yeah.
So a lot to be done there.
I never use I need to get better about using jump jets when I have them. But.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we got the battle grid coming up. So we're gonna check that out, and then we'll move right into deployment and turn 1. You ready?
Right. See you on the battlefield. This will be good.
All right, so here we are, the blasted wasteland of LaSalle. So this is on the southern continent, and the Federated Sons have some targets of interest that the Capellan Confederation is interested in. So the 8th Chargers are back on another recon mission, and defending are the Royalston Grenadiers. So I've placed 3 objectives. I have one down here by this water source. I have a second one here by this little building there, and then a third one just behind that ruined city over there.
I picked my my target?
Yes, hidden there under the board. So he has secretly decided which of these 3 objectives he's going after. So deployment's done. Let's move on to initiative, shall we, sir? All right, here we go.
Gotcha.
My initiative rolling is abysmal, I must say.
Yeah.
I'm going on record saying
that. In the first half of the game, and then you picked it up.
All right, so we're back at the end of turn 1 movement. So on the Royalston side, Wolfhound moving up to defend this objective here. The Whitworth making its way along this little rise here, trying to get some LRM shots in, but nothing in range. The Quick Draw and the Victor both making an advance towards the little base there in the center of the map. What do you got on your side?
Yeah, so ran the spider up, getting up the hill. Catapult moving forward. The Warhammer, again, straightforward. Jenner moving up behind buildings and cover.
All right.
Pretty straightforward.
So we have no mechs in range. So you want to just go into turn 2 initiative here?
Yeah.
All right, let's roll it up. Here we go. 8, 5. All right. So I win 1. It's a good sign. All right, we're back. Turn 2, movement is complete.
Yeah. So I lost initiative. I ran the spider up into the cover I could find. Catapult, again, continued up in the fire range. Warhammer forward, Jenner in the cover.
All right, very suspicious again, that Jenner sneaking up there, skulking through the shadows. So the Wolfhound backed up out of missile range. He didn't really want to get eaten alive by PPCs and missiles. The the Whitworth moved down off the hill to try to get some shots on that spider as it moved behind that radio tower there. Victor moved up on the hill to get some LRM shots on the spider, and the Quick Draw moving up at full speed, and he's going to lay down some LRMs on that catapult.
Yeah. And on my side, the catapult's firing at the Quick Draw.
All right, so LRMs are flying. Turn 2, shooting. Here we go.
Okay, turn 2. First up will be the catapult against the Quick Draw. I need 8s for my LRMs. Get 1.
All right. And that's a 15.
Yeah, so.
Here we go. Cluster confirmation. Not too bad.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man, double left leg. All right, Grenadiers up next. So the Victor, modified, has an LRM 5, firing across at that spider. Now that spider has some pretty serious cover on its right side. So anything to that right torso, right arm, or right leg will be an automatic miss. Victor needs 9s to hit, though, just to get the party started. So that's a miss. All right, we're going to move right on to the Quick Draw. Quick Draw, firing an LRM 10 at that catapult, needs 8s to hit. There we go. All right, looking for clusters. That's 2. And location. All right, so we got CT and left leg. All right, so now the Whitworth firing across at that spider. Opposite the Victor, so anything on that spider's left side is going to be considered a miss. The Whitworth only needs 8s to hit, firing both LRM 10s. Here we go. All right, so one of them hits. So we're going to roll for clusters. Just 1 cluster. But it's a spider, so it could still hurt a little bit. Looking for anything on the spider's right side or CT. His left torso slams into that radio tower. All right, so here we are, turn 3, initiative. That's not going to do me any good.
I think I'm going to beat that.
All right.
I think so.
So the Chargers win it, and that means that the Grenadiers will be moving first. All right, we're back. Turn 3 movement is complete. So the Grenadiers lost initiative, and movement was as follows. That Wolfhound, after backing up, now moved forward to try to picket this whole area. That Whitworth just crept forward, pivoted around, bringing some LRMs to bear. Victor coming down off the hill, trying to get that big bore autocannon in range. Nothing doing yet. Quick draw, sprinting up, taking cover behind the building. We're firing a barrage of LRMs down on that catapult. In addition, the quick draw is alpha striking. So everything, 3 medium lasers, SRM-4, LRM-10, everything at that catapult. We're going to try to do some damage this turn.
On my side, pulled the Jenner back to make sure he was in full cover. Same with the Spider. He did not fall down the hill. I walked him down and then he laid down to take a nap.
A little casual prone.
Yeah, we'll see.
So no line of sight from these guys to that Spider. So I wonder what shenanigans you have up your sleeve.
Yeah, there wasn't great cover, and I was afraid he's so papery thin. He needed something like serious.
It's a good play.
Yeah,
good tactics.
And the catapult sort of moved over to get some sight on the Victor, and then the Warhammer pivoted and went around the building to keep himself in cover and to get a line of sight on the Victor. PPCs. So we have 2 PPCs on the Victor and 2 LRM-15s.
All right.
Trying to take out that autocannon.
All right, so we're back. We're ready to shoot. Grenadiers, this elite fighting force, they're going to try to take out that catapult. You ready for this, Tom? All right, so
I'm braced.
Victor, firing an LRM-5, needs a 6. Gets it. Looking for clusters. Hits. Location. All right, so it's going to be 5 damage to the right leg. All right, Whitworth up next. Whitworth looking for 6s. Again, firing down on that catapult. Here we go. 1 hits. All right, so we're going to roll for clusters. That's 2 clusters hits, so 10 damage coming in. And that is going to be CT and left leg. I'm not into these leg shots. Although I will say, our mech analysis on DFAWargaming.com does say that the catapult is prone to motive hits. Let's see what's coming up next here. We got the quick draw. I need 4s on the LRM-10, 6s on everything else. The big black die is the LRM, the little black die is the SRM-4. Here we go. 4s and 6s. Everything's going to hit. Look at that. All right, so we're going to roll up clusters. LRM-10, SRM-4. All right, so we need 3s here. Ugh. Pretty much nothing good out of that SRM, but that's going to be 25, 27 damage in addition to the 15 it just took. So that's going to be a piloting check for sure at +2. All right, here we go. Rolling up location. More leg hits. A little bit of the CT. A little bit of the left torso. Right leg. Left arm. So pretty much all over the board for that catapult.
Okay, we'll start with the lowest first. So the catapult needs 6s on his LRM.
All right.
LRMs. Again, 1. So
better than none.
Yeah. All of them hit.
Nice, nice.
Okay,
man, you're hammering the legs. We're just leg hunting today. All right, so left leg and left arm.
And his right leg.
I'm sorry, right arm. Yep.
Yeah. So let's make sure that's the right side, right? It is.
Yeah. Now he doesn't have cover from the catapult. He has cover from the Warhammer. So that is all.
Yeah.
15 points of damage. That's hitting.
Okay. Now the big boys come in the Warhammer with 2 PPCs and need 7s. So I want to roll at least a 12. I think nothing.
Damage recap, turn 3. So here we go. FedSun's Victor took some LRM fire to the right arm, left leg, no heat. Overall doing okay. The quick draw, back in turn 2, also took some LRM fire to that left leg, but from that alpha strike is at 4 points of heat. The catapult on the Capellan side got blasted. Critical damage on the left leg, center torso about to be punctured, and damage throughout the rest of the mech.
All right, so here we are, turn 4, initiative. Not bad. All right, Grenadiers get this one. So far we've been going turn for turn. So, Grenadiers 1 initiative. Tom, tell us about your movement.
Yeah, so we'll just start from the left. The Warhammer backed up a bit. Not much you can do to get out of range. Yeah.
AC-20's bearing down.
Yeah, it's not much. The Jenner, again, staying away from the AC-20. Trying to support the catapult a little bit, so he popped out from around the corner. catapult moved up the hill. Didn't really. We'll see how that works out. And then the spider got up and ran up the hill to again support the catapult.
Back in cover.
Yeah, back in cover. Again, just trying. I felt like I was losing board control. Not that I ever had it, but. And then for firing, you know, I'm going to do PPCs again from the Warhammer, and then the Jenner, the catapult, and the spider are all going to hit the quick draw, try to just knock him out.
All right. Yeah, well, so on the Grenadiers side, the Whitworth moved up on this hill to get a little bit of a fire support down on the broader field. The Wolfhound moving up, looking for shots on that catapult. The Victor moved from behind the crates here, just full speed. I was debating whether or not I wanted to try to close this off, but I didn't want to leave this flank unguarded, so keeping the Victor out here. If I need to get back in cover or move quick, it does have those jump jets, so I feel good about that. I'm in range of all the Victor's weapons. And then lastly, the quick draw came out from cover, got that 7-inch move, so getting that good 3-target mod. He is running hot though, so he's not going to be able to bring all of his weapons to bear, but hopefully going to put some fire on that catapult. So that's what I've got. Shooting coming up next.
Okay, first up is the Warhammer. 2 PPCs. He needs 5s into the Victor.
All right.
Oof. Both.
All right, 20 points of damage. It's that low gunnery for you.
Nice.
So both of them to the right leg.
Okay, Jenner's up next. He's got 4 medium lasers. He needs 7s to hit the quick draw. Okay, everything hits.
Oof.
Nice. Okay, let's hope for some targeted damage. Okay.
All right.
1.
So it looks like little right torso, little CT, and a little bit of left arm.
Okay, catapult's up next. 4 mediums switched from the LRMs because minimum range, and so he needs 7s to hit the quick draw. Everything hits. Let's hope again for some clusters.
God, that's 40 damage.
Okay, last up is the spider. He needs 9s for 2 lasers, 2 medium lasers, into the quick draw. Okay.
Unreal. You guys are on fire. The Chargers are on form right now.
But again, some splash.
Left arm and CT. Yeah. That quick draw is banged up. All right, Grenadiers looking for vengeance here. Wolfhound unloading with 3 medium lasers. He needs 8s to hit that catapult. Here we go. All right, so we got 2 hits. We got a headshot and a CT. All right, Whitworth up next, firing 2 LRM-10s down on that catapult, looking for 6s. All right, both hit. So we're going to roll 2 sets of 2 dice for each LRM-10. So that's 2 clusters, 3 clusters. All right, so 3 clusters, rolling for location. We have left leg, CT, and left torso. All right, catapult taking some damage. Quick draw up next, firing just 2 mediums and an SRM-4, trying to cool off a bit. All right, so we need 6s, whiff across the board, just when we really needed it too. That catapult was under some serious fire. All right, so we're going to move across to the Victor. Now the Victor is alpha striking, so this is going to be AC-20. Look at that big meaty dice. 2 medium lasers and an LRM-5, so everything's coming down. I need 5s on the LRM, 6s on everything else. Here we go. All right, well, we have everything. Yep. So, rolling for the cluster. That misses, so that's going to be a minimum 2-point cluster. Rolling for location. Here we go. All right, so this is going to be right arm taking 25 points of damage, and then right leg and CT.
Turn 4 damage recap. On the Fedsun side, that Victor took 2 PPCs to the right leg, stripped off all of the armor, but no internal damage yet, so he's all right. The quick draw got absolutely nuked. Orange across the board, CT just hanging on, but the mech is still doing well. The catapult took a headshot, conscious pilot, but gyro hit in the CT, so that mech is in a little bit of trouble now. And the Warhammer got ripped into by that AC-20, tore off the PPC on the right arm, and light damage across the CT and legs.
All right, so here we are, turn 5 initiative. 10. All right, tied up. Here we go.
I had the 6. I think I automatically win. Oh, that's
9.
9.
Couldn't pull it off. All right, Chargers win. Turn 5, movement recap. So, Grenadiers lost initiative. How to move first. So, Wolfhound decided to try to box in that spider. So, moved around out here on the left flank.
It was a smart move.
Quick Draw also blasting forward with his jump jets. Back to here. Trying to keep that catapult in line of sight, and that Victor barreling forward, keeping those legs in cover. He's got his eye on the Warhammer. So in terms of shooting, Victor is bearing down again with an Alpha Strike on the Warhammer. The Quick Draw is just firing missiles up at the catapult. I'm going to try to land as many clusters, hopefully triggering a critical hit. Whitworth also putting 20 LRMs into the catapult. The Wolfhound also firing 3 medium lasers at the catapult. Got to take that down.
Yeah. I'm up. Okay, so starting from the left, Warhammer moved up against the building. I wasn't sure what you were going to do with the Victor, so I wanted to keep you from sort of flanking.
Yeah.
The Jenner, I had a really difficult decision here. I'm not sure how it's going to play out. I originally had him coming around this side of the building to stay with the Quick Draw, but I was afraid if the Warhammer, I should be telling you this, but the Warhammer got taken out, that he'd be stuck. The Victor would have him boxed in as well. So I tried a little something different. Same thing, catapult, move forward. With the gyro hit, I couldn't really get down the hill. Piloting checks are way too risky, and I wanted to get some kind of mod. And it also kind of forced, put the Quick Draw in kind of a weird position. And then the Spider, still trying to get as much cover as he can, stay in the game, so he stayed put. He has cover from the flanker, which was again a good move, but he can still sort of get some shots. So, and then in terms of shooting, the Jenner's going to take some pot shots at the Victor just because, and then the Warhammer is going to try to lay in what he has left after losing the PPC. Catapult stays on the Quick Draw, and the Spider on the Quick Draw. So we'll see.
It's going to be an ugly turn, no doubt about it. All right, well, let's get to shooting. All right, so blood is about to be spilled, no doubt. The Wolfhound ripping around the left-hand side of that hill, torso twisting to the right, opening fire with 3 medium lasers on that catapult, needing 7s to hit. Pulls the shot. God. That limping catapult somehow miraculously dodges. So the Whitworth, let's move right on. The Whitworth is a much better pilot, needing only 5s to land these LRMs. All right, there we go. So that's 20 LRMs. We're going to roll 2 groups of 2 dice here. So that's 1 cluster from the first launcher. No clusters from the second launcher. So we have a minimum 2-point damage on the second cluster. So this is just a 5-point and a 2-point cluster. Here's the location. So we have a left leg that's going to take 2 points, and then the left arm takes 5. All right, Quick Draw, firing down at his arch nemesis, the catapult. SRM 4, LRM 10. I need 8s on the SRM, 7s on the LRM. All right, well, the LRM hits. All right, so 2 clusters. Rolling for location. We have a floating critical and a right arm. All right, so let's see where that floating critical lands.
What's the right arm take?
5 each. So I'm using the wrong yellow dice. The problem with too many yellow dice, Tom. All right, so rolling for that critical location, head. So he's going to take 5 points to the head, which is an internal hit, I believe, to begin with. So that's going to get 2 critical confirmations. We're going to roll these on camera. So that's going to be 2 chances here. 7, no good. 8, that is 1. What can I get?
Critical hit sensors.
Sensors, all right, so that's not too bad. The Victor still needs to blast that Warhammer. So the Victor needs 4s to hit, 9s on the LRM 5 due to minimum range. Here we go. Okay, so everything hits. Clusters, that's good. Rolling for location. All right, so wouldn't you believe it, that AC-20 hits the leg. That is a discarded shot. Medium laser hits the leg, discarded. LRM hits the leg, discarded. So the only thing is 5 points of damage to the center torso. Walking like through fire. Unbelievable.
Those poor office workers, though, are just...
The people in the building not doing so well, but the Warhammer.
Yeah. Okay, starting my side off, the spider needs 8s to hit the quick draw. Gets 1. It's a 7.
CT.
So, yeah, CT takes 5.
All right, Jenner, down at the Victor.
Yeah.
The Victor does have some cover there, but let's see what can happen.
Needs 8s on his medium lasers.
Ooh, pretty good.
Yeah, just
75%.
Okay.
That's good.
Let's hope for some torsos, no legs.
Oh, it's a headshot. Okay. All torso, 1 leg.
Okay, Catapult's going for broke against that quick draw. I'm really failing to really hit a shot. So
all right.
He's both LRMs and his medium lasers.
Oh wow, he is really going for broke here. Okay.
Yeah, so he needs 5s and 7s.
All right.
And let's see what happens.
Looks decent.
Yeah. So
couple mediums missed, but that's it.
Okay.
All right. So let's get those clusters rolled up.
Yeah. So I'll do 2 sets of 3.
All right. Ooh, full house on 1. Ooh,
so 5.
Wow, 25, 30 points of damage coming into that quick draw. Quick draw's seen better days. Floating criticals galore. 2 CT shots, which we know are going to go internal. It's going to be ugly. All right, let's roll the location on those floating criticals.
Do I need 2 or 1?
2d6 and just standard location here. So 4. That's going to be right arm. And the second one, right
6.
torso. Uh-oh.
Okay, the Warhammer's last to go. He's shooting everything he has left. So PPC, medium lasers, small lasers, and a little tiny SRM-6. Yeah, so PPC's a minimum range, so he needs 6s. Medium lasers and SRM needs 4, and then the small lasers need 5.
All right.
So we'll do that math after I roll. We'll see.
4s, 5s, and lots. Basically, everything hits.
I think everything.
That is a full house. This Victor is in for some pain. So we need 6 little dice. Here they come.
Okay.
Not bad. So. Bang on the average. And here comes the location. This could hurt.
Okay. So no heads, no nothing special there, but.
See, we're going to discard 5s and 9s. So much like my shot, they are just destroying this building right now.
Turn 5 damage recap. All right, the Victor. So on the FedSun side, he's doing all right. Took a headshot, took some damage across the board, building up just a mild amount of heat. Still in the fight. Quick Draw, on the other hand, not doing so great. Took an engine critical. Heat is spiked up to 7. Movement is reduced. Internal on 2 torso sections. On the Capellan side, the Warhammer, dodging bullets. Up to 7 heat, though. Still down a PPC, otherwise doing well. The Catapult taking a ton of fire right now. Internal damage on the head, center torso, and left leg. Sensors are knocked out, so this mech is fighting for its life right now. The Jenner overall fine, just doing a lot of shooting, and so built up 5 points of heat, and will have a penalty into the next round.
All right, turn 6. We're back for initiative. Here we go. Oh, man. All right, so that's 2 turns in a row now that the Chargers have won it.
Do or die.
Turn 6. I think we said that before.
I know.
This
I
is,
gotta punch a hole. It keeps.
You gotta. I mean, you are running out of time. You have 3 turns left to scan your objective. So let's talk about movement. The Grenadiers lost initiative. So what happened? Well, first of all, the Whitworth just planted. He is ready to drop some LRMs in on that catapult. The Wolfhound continued its flanking maneuver to flush out that spider, and then he is going to turn and blast that catapult, hopefully finishing him off. 3 medium lasers there. Some fancy footwork over here, a short jump from the quick draw, so that kept the catapult from firing down on him. And then the Victor backed up to block line of sight from the Warhammer to the quick draw. So the quick draw is going to lob some LRMs over at that Jenner, and the Victor is going to alpha strike the Warhammer again. So what about the Chargers?
Yeah, so start the Jenner, or I'm sorry, the Spider. So yeah, you flushed out the Spider. Didn't really have anywhere to go, so I thought to be a little aggressive, and I ran him down the hill, chasing after the quick draw. Catapult had to stand up, and because of the gyro hit, I did a careful stand, so he basically just stood up, and he's a sitting duck as normal. It's Catapult. It's kind of what he does.
That's what he does.
It feels like. And then, yeah, the Warhammer came out from behind the building to, again, I was afraid of the jump jets on the Victor, so I sort of preempted what
rear arc shots that I was planning.
Were you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then the Jenner, again, I kind of blocked his line of sight from his nice little perch. And I was afraid to move him back behind the building, and if the Warhammer gets taken out, he'd be stuck. So I kind of brought him to the side. We'll see how this all works out, but I kind of shifted my forces. And then in terms of firing, Catapult, the Spider, the Warhammer, and the Jenner are all going for the Victor, because Aaron had good positioning on everybody else, basically.
I'm concerned about that Victor's health, but we'll see what happens.
So Spider goes first. He needs 6s on the Victor with 2 medium lasers. Everything hits.
All right.
So starting off with decent.
Starting off hot. Right arm, left torso.
Okay, next up, the Jenner. He's got 3 medium lasers into the Victor. He needs 6s as well. Let's see if we can hold it out. Just 1.
Ooh, got lucky there. Right arm again.
So Catapult has 2 LRM 15s into the Victor. Needs 6s as well. With his sensors hit. Pretty sure that would hit regardless, right?
Regardless.
Okay. So I'll roll 2.
Sensors or not, this Catapult is on fire right now. Oh, I take that back. All right, so 1 cluster there. Just 2 clusters hit. So 10 points of damage here.
Falling apart.
All right, so that's right leg, left torso.
Okay, last up, the Warhammer. Gotta do something to that Victor. He's got the PPC. Hopefully he hits. He needs 4s on the PPC and 5s on the medium lasers and the SRM 5, is it?
6.
6,
yeah. All right.
Okay, let's hope for something.
And rolling up location. All right, I see potential criticals there. All right, so the quick draw, firing across at that Jenner. This quick draw is in rough shape here. He is going to need 6s to hit that Jenner. Just barely make that. Rolling 4 clusters. 1 hits. So this is 5 damage to the Jenner on the right arm, and that is in cover. So that hit is discarded. All right, so that Whitworth trying to finish off that Catapult. Both mechs just dug in. Whitworth only needs 3s to hit. All right, so can we land some clusters? Of course not. Ah, man. So 1 5-point cluster, 1 2-point cluster. Abysmal. Need to get those launchers checked, but I think that is a kill. That Catapult now has taken 3 head hits. I think that's going to finish it off.
How many points did
5 points.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
All right, here it is, the Wounded Victor. Its last stand here, trying to hold down the center of the battlefield against this onslaught. Needs 4s on everything except for the LRM-5, which needs a 7 to hit this Warhammer. So here we go. All right, so LRM misses. Everything else does hit. There's no cover, so what do we have for location here? I thought that was going to be a headshot. All right, so this is left arm, and we've got a lot going there, and then we got a little bit of the left torso as well.
Turn 6 damage report on the FedSun side. The Victor got absolutely torn into. Internal damage on the right leg, freezing the hip. Left torso, right arm also critical. The quick draw still limping along with that fusion engine damaged. Has a heat penalty to movement, just doing what it can right now. The catapult on the Capellan side destroyed, took a third headshot, knocked out the cockpit. That pilot is toast. The Warhammer now took damage to the opposite arm. PPC is destroyed, so that Warhammer's operating on backup weaponry. And the Jenner unleashing a barrage of medium laser fire. Armor's in great shape, but the heat scale up to 9 points. Gunnery and movement are now affected.
All right, turn 7, down to the wire, rolling for initiative. 10, 9, close. All right, so the Grenadiers have it. That could be key. All right, turn 7, we're back. Tom, the Chargers had to move first. What happened?
Yeah, so Warhammer stood still. Catapult stood still.
Smoke billowing from the cockpit.
Yeah. The Spider, mad suicide dash for some cover, which paid off because the Victor did not bother with him. So he's, did as good as he could. And then the Jenner, same thing. It's turn 7. I have to make some progress up the map. So he took what cover he could behind a building. And in terms of shooting targets, the Jenner is going to take some pot shots at the Victor. Warhammer's unloading what he has left on the Victor. And the Spider will shoot into the quick draw.
All right, sounds good. So on the Grenadier side, the Wolfhound turned the corner here, ran past the smoldering catapult. He'll be firing this large laser across at that Warhammer. Whitworth still planning, has his sights, waiting for the lock tone on the Spider. So he's going to rain some LRMs down there. The quick draw actually is ignoring the Spider. The hit was way too high. The target number was like a 9 or a 10. So he's actually going to lob an LRM into that Warhammer and cool off a little bit this turn. That engine hit really hampering him. The Victor planting, holding fast, just holding the trigger down, firing into that Warhammer. My strategy is I'm probably not going to catch the Spider or the Jenner before they get to the objective, but if I can clear the backfield out of heavies, even if the Victor goes down, it'll be a 3-on-2, and that Whitworth and the quick draw hopefully can clean it up. But we'll see what happens this turn, because that quick draw hanging on by a thread.
Okay, Spider's up first, shooting into the quick draw. 2 mediums, he needs a 5. Wish that was a different roll, but
yeah.
I mean, hey, whatever.
Wish that was the Warhammer's PPCs. Floating critical, right arm. Okay, so why don't we roll up that floating critical location.
Close.
Also on the right arm.
Jenner's up next, 2 mediums, needs a 7 into the Victor. Nothing. Okay, moving on. Do the Warhammer. So the Warhammer needs 3s.
God, I hope you hit, for your sake.
Almost not, and I missed one.
Oh no. All right, so rolling up those SRM clusters, pretty much unbelievable, I agree. All right, so 50-50 again. But remember, this Victor could pop at any second here. It is laden with holes. So lots of CT, another headshot. I don't think it's going to be critical, but that pilot is going to have to take another consciousness check. All right, so we're going to open up with that Whitworth, laying down some fire suppression on that Spider. So Whitworth is going to need 6s to hit. Spider's moving pretty quick. All right, got them both. We're going to roll up clusters. So far, have not been too lucky with the Whitworth. So just 1 cluster on the first launcher, 2 clusters in total. All right, so we have a headshot and a CT on the Spider. This Whitworth is the king of headshots today. Quick draw up next, looking for 5s against that Warhammer. Speaking of snake eyes, so he misses. We're just going to move right on to the Wolfhound here, firing across the battlefield with his large laser at that Warhammer, needing dice down, needing a 6. Just gets it. Looking for location, that is going to be right arm. The shot we've been waiting for, Victor and Warhammer holding fast, slugging it out in the center of this battle grid. So, because the Victor does not have a gunnery penalty from heat, he actually automatically hits, needs a target number of 2 on the autocannon and the 2 medium lasers, but requiring a 4 on the LRM-5. So that hits clusters, That's only going to be a 2-point cluster, rolling for location. There we go. All right, so we have a whole bunch going to the left arm and a little bit to the right leg.
Turn 7 damage recap. The victor on the FedSun side, hanging tough in the middle of the field, took another headshot and damage to the left torso, which knocked out the LRM-5. The quick draw, still limping along. Took a little bit of fire into the right arm, which knocked out its right shoulder. Heat is now at a manageable level. On the Capellan side, the Jenner, not taking any fire yet, but still dealing with a heat penalty, although it is starting to bleed off. The Spider, finally locked down and taking damage, did take a headshot and some light damage to the CT, otherwise it's okay. And lastly, the Warhammer, locked in a death duel with that Victor in the center of the field. The Victor ripped off its entire left side, destroying a bunch of support weaponry and heat sinks, so that Warhammer is now in forced withdrawal.
All right, turn 8. One more turn to get to the objective. I think I know which one it is, but we'll see. That was a 6.
Yeah.
Where is it? There it is. All right, so you won. All right, turn 8 movement recap. So, Grenadiers lost. Critical turn. Basically what we have going on, the Whitworth moving up, trying to get a little more field of control here. The Wolfhound in pursuit of these mechs moving in on the critical objectives. Quick draw, doing the same, coming out from behind cover, finally shed that movement penalty, so back up to full speed. The Victor still planting in the middle. Now as far as shooting goes, the Wolfhound torso twisting, firing up at the Warhammer. Victor firing at the Warhammer. Whitworth has no shot to the Jenner, so he's firing over at the Warhammer as well.
Yeah. And on my side, turn 8, so I got to make some moves. Warhammer is in forced withdrawal, so we made one step back. The Jenner went around the building towards objective 3, and the Spider jumped into cover.
All right.
And in terms of firing, the Warhammer, he doesn't have much left. He's going to do a medium and an SRM into the Victor. The Spider will also target the Victor with 2 mediums, and the Jenner will torso twist and shoot at the quick draw. Okay, Spider's up first. Needs 7s on the medium lasers into the Victor. Nothing. Okay, moving on. The Jenner needs 9s into the quick draw with 2 medium lasers. Let's hope for something better than a 1. Nothing. Kind of expected that. And then the Warhammer, medium and an SRM, needs 4s into the Victor. Almost missed that as well, but made it. Let's roll and see if I can get more than 3 clusters for once.
Is that almost a full house? Yeah. Not bad. All right.
So he's...
Lots of exposed internal structure here. The SRMs are terrifying for generating criticals. Let's see how this lands. Oh, man.
All over the place.
Well, you got 2 on the left torso. That's where that ammo is that's being dumped. So let's see how that shakes out. All right, so we're going to start with the Whitworth on the Grenadiers here. He needs 5s, lobbing some LRM-10s over at that Warhammer. 1 misses, 1 hits, rolling for clusters. Man, oh man. All right, 2-point cluster. It's going to hit the left leg. All right, so that Wolfhound shooting down, needing 6s. Here we go. Hits. That is going to be 8 damage to the center torso. All right, and the quick draw over at that Jenner. Quick draw needs 9s to hit. Not an easy shot. Man, just misses. All right, the stressful slugfest of the night. Tom, are you ready? This is the last AC-20 shot as the Warhammer detonated. The LRM-5 ammo dumped a turn too late. Mistake on my part. And now the Victor's paid the price. Needs 3s to hit. All right, so everything hits. Rolling for location. Can the autocannon finish this Warhammer off?
Turn 8 damage report. The heroic Victor finally falls. Ammo bin is hit, dumped a little too late. That Warhammer took him out, so that mech is done. The quick draw, still surviving. taking a little fire here and there, but not enough to take it down, so it is still in the fight. The Warhammer met its end as well. AC-20 shell ripping in, blowing its entire torso clean off, ammo detonation. Those pilots are both ejecting. And the Jenner, finally bleeding off that heat, it's back at full speed and looks like it's ready to make a move on the objective.
All right, so here we are, turn 9. Tom, this is the turn. You need to identify your target. Initiative. Oh man, 6. All right, so you win it again. I will have to make the first move. Turn 9. It's happened. Tom's forces have made it to the objective. They've scanned it. The Grenadiers are scrambling to intercept. So the Whitworth here, moving a little bit forward. It's going to put some LRMs down on this Jenner. The quick draw scrambling off the hill, also firing at the Jenner. The Wolfhound trying to take a little bit of a broader berth around here to box them in. Try not to overcommit there. Firing a single large laser down at that Jenner as well.
And on my side, Jenner broke for the objective, had to get within 3 inches. So I kind of did a little bit of a circuit just to try to buff up his number a bit. And the Spider used his jump jets to
knock the building.
to get around the building and to sort of lay down some cover fire for him. So he's going to be firing into the quick draw, and the Jenner will be firing into the quick draw. Okay, first up will be the Spider. He needs 8 to hit the quick draw with 2 medium lasers. So let's hope I can do something good. I get 1.
Uh-oh. I mean, that quick draw literally is like held together by paint chips right now.
10.
The left arm, that might be okay.
Okay, Jenner's firing 3 mediums into the quick draw. Needs 7s. So a little bit better.
Nothing. He's running for his life. All right, so I need to deal significant damage here in order to contain this Jenner. So we're going to start with the Wolfhound, actually. Let's do that. And he's going to fire down across at this Jenner. I need 9s with the Wolfhound. That's a miss. Not a great start. Quick draw up next. So quick draw firing an SRM-4 and a medium laser. Again, really hampered by that engine critical, trying to keep his movement penalty to 0. So, needs 7s here. Oh, no.
We're whiffing on this round.
This round, everyone is scrambling. But my Whitworth, he is a seasoned veteran.
Headshots galore.
Headshots galore. So he needs 7s, firing down. Here we go. Just 1. Looking for clusters, need 3s. There we go. All right, so 10 damage. It's not great, but it's Spider, something. Right? This is on the Jenner.
I'm kidding, I know.
Headshot. Headshot and CT. This guy is on fire, so let's see what that does.
Turn 9, damage report. On the FedSun side, the quick draw continues to get peppered. Left arm now has internal damage, but no criticals. That mech's still in the fight. On the Capellan side, the Jenner finally got tagged, hit to the CT, substantial shot to the head, heat meters creeping back up. No new damage to the Spider, however the mech has built up 8 heat, so it'll be looking at both movement and gunnery penalties next turn.
Turn 10. The objective has been scanned. Tom, are you ready for turn 10 initiative?
Yep.
Another 12. Oh,
I wish I could roll that when I'm shooting. How about that?
Oh, man. All right.
I give up initiative for some shooting. Luck, for sure.
Well, right now, initiative is, I think, what's going to win the game, so we'll see. Turn 10, here we are, after movement. So, all the action pretty much down here. Whitworth planted on the hill, lost initiative. Tom took advantage of it, so that Whitworth is not really going to have great shots. Can just see the head, just a little tip of the Jenner sticking out through the ruins of the building there. Going to go for a headshot. He has been the headshot king tonight. Wolfhound trying to cut off this retreat. 3 medium lasers coming in at the Jenner. Quick draw in hot pursuit, firing through the Spider there. Going to try to hit that Jenner in the back, but the Spider is blocking the CT and both legs, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and so the Jenner came around the building. He didn't take his full movement to, again, try to block that Whitworth line of sight. Didn't quite work out. And then the Spider backed up to sort of back-to-back, a little double dragon action going on here. So he's going to fire at the quick draw and pray to God to finally put him out of his misery.
Never.
And the Jenner is going to fire some lasers at... who is that anyway?
That's the Wolfhound.
They all look the same.
They all look... All the Fed Sons look alike to you?
Well, they're all camo. I can't even see them.
Well, that's a good paint job. What can I say?
Pretty good. Okay, Spider's firing first into the quick draw. He needs 8s on his medium lasers. Close but no cigar.
Gunnery penalty, keeping the quick draw alive.
Yeah.
Now, what's the Jenner doing? How hot's he going to get?
The Jenner's fine, actually. So he's going to shoot 3 mediums. He needs a 9 into this guy over here.
See a couple of hits.
Yeah, okay. Paid off for him. Let's hope for some headshots or something. Not really.
All right, so left torso and right leg. All right, so the Whitworth, firing across at the Jenner, can only see the head. That means that is the only spot that I can hit. Needs 8s to start. All right, see the 6s popping up. All right, so that's going to be 2 hits, 2-point cluster, and 1 5-point cluster. Rolling for location, need double 6s here. No go. Oh, wait. No. Moving on to the Wolfhound. So he's shooting at this Jenner. Same deal. Needs 9s. Here we go. All right. So also 2 lasers. These guys are going toe-to-toe here. Let's see where we hit. We're in the front arc. So that is 2 hits to the right arm. All right, so here we are on this ruined side of the battlefield. Quick draw firing through the screening Spider. Needs 8s. Gets it. All right, so looking for SRM clusters here. I'm missing one. We'll just roll this one instead. There we go. All right, all but 1, so that's 3 clusters. Now, rolling for location. Now, anything to CT or legs is going to be discarded. Here we go. Oh, man. All right, but we have 6 points of damage to the rear left torso.
Damage report turn 10, the quick draw, dodging medium laser fire, still suffering from that fusion engine hit, but otherwise still in the fight. The Wolfhound finally getting in the action here, taking some damage on its left torso and right leg. Nothing substantial, no heat on this mech. The Jenner got blasted from behind, internal through the rear armor on the left torso, but only knocking out a jump jet, and that mech is now up to 3 heat. And lastly, the Spider. So doing well, bleeding off some heat, shook off the gunnery penalty, but still facing a movement penalty.
All right, turn 11. Chargers on the move. Initiative, here we go. A 6 and a 9. Can't even see this one on camera. My bad.
Get it again.
All right, cool. Well, you get it again. This is bad news.
Yeah, maybe it's helping. It's helping.
It's
for
big.
Sure. Yeah. Saved my Jenner last turn.
Sure did. All right, movement coming up next. Here we
Down
are.
the wire.
The Chargers fleeing with the recon data.
It's getting desperate on both sides.
So what do we have here? So I moved the Whitworth down into the valley here to try to get some LRM fired down on that Jenner. My target numbers are astronomically high because of that target mod on that Jenner. Quick draw, blocked by the Spider again, but still going to try to just battle through and shoot. And he is going to alpha strike. So he is firing literally every weapon. He's going to spike his heat way up, but this is do or die for him. He's out of the fight, I think, after this. And the Wolfhound is going to fire 1 large, 2 mediums at that Jenner.
Yeah, and the Jenner is just booking it. I thought about some different moves I could have made coming around this way, but with torso twists and with the range on the Whitworth, it just made sense to beeline it, keep distance from him, get his mod up. And then the Spider is still trying to run rear arc interference from the quick draw. He jump jetted. Again, he's going to also build up some serious heat, but again, that's his whole role right now. And he's going to fire. They're actually both going to fire at him, try to open up the backfield for the Jenner, maybe I get lucky.
All right.
That's all I can ask for. This is intense.
Here we go, sir. So who are you starting with?
Yeah, I'll start with the spider.
All right, he's firing.
It off for me.
Kicking it off with the spider.
So it's a long shot, but, you know, generally you hit or you don't. So I don't in this case. And then moving on to the Jenner, 3 mediums. He needs 6s, so a little more reasonable.
Yeah.
And he hits with everything.
All right.
So let's hope for some clustering. Oh, close. Oh, that was a 3.
Yep. So right arm, bunch on the right arm, which is that large laser, could pay dividends for you. And then 1 hit on the right leg as well. The Whitworth hoping to land some shots on that Jenner, fleeing on the edge of the battle grid. Need an astronomically high 10 to hit here. So, can we get it?
Close.
Almost, but man, I really needed that. This is bad news. Okay, so why don't we move right to the quick draw here. Now, the quick draw did take a shoulder actuator hit, so I'm denoting, I don't know if you can see that clearly, the translucent die is the medium laser with the -4 penalty. So the quick draw needs 8s and 10s, so 8s on the LRM, 10s on everything else. Actually, you know what? That can't even hit.
Right, because of the mod.
Right, because of the penalty. So I guess he's just firing 2 medium lasers. Here we go.
That's something, I think.
No, I needed 10s on these. All right, this Jenner.
He's moving fast.
Moving fast. This is getting tense, Tom. All right, so the Wolfhound.
Hope, and that's like the worst thing. Right?
So the Wolfhound.
2 turns of movement.
2 turns. So the Wolfhound needs 7s on the large laser and 8s on the medium lasers. All right, 1 medium laser. This is pathetic showing for the Grenadiers, and that's going to be a center torso shot.
Okay.
Turn 11 damage report, so the quick draw, alpha striking, last ditch effort, spiking up to 11 heat, damage unchanged, but that alpha strike just did not pay off. The Wolfhound getting banged around a little more on the right arm, on the right leg, heat still at 0, chasing that Jenner, trying to take it out. The Jenner on the Capellan side took another clean shot to the CT, but not enough to get through that armor. This mech is just not going down, 4 heat right now. And lastly, the Spider doing what it can to ensure the Jenner's escape, up to 7 heat, courtesy of the jump jets.
Turn 12, epic. So, initiative. This is critical here.
6 to 5.
All right. Well,
eking it out.
You're eking it out. This could be a game changer for the Chargers. The Grenadiers at the victory that I thought was so certain, slipping through my fingers here. We'll see what happens. Movement is complete. Initiative just killing the Grenadiers. Whitworth moving forward. He just has a little bit of line of sight to the right side of that Jenner, so he's going to lay in with some LRM 10s. Quick draw planting, just lobbing, basically a Hail Mary, LRM 10s down at the Jenner there. And the Wolfhound totally outmaneuvered. Tom got the last move with the Jenner, so all I can do is torso twist, swing that right arm around, and try to blast him with the large laser.
Yeah, on my side, the Spider, he's kind of out of position, but he built up a lot of heat. And I thought he would block, but at the last moment I had the idea to bring him around the side to get in the rear. So he's just going to fire into the quick draw and just try to take him out. He is an auto hit, so it was worth doing. And then the Jenner, again, yeah, he tried to get himself as much in cover from the Whitworth. Kind of succeeded, but he's also in the rear. So he's going to fire 2 lasers at him in the rear. Hit him in the butt.
All right. Well, if that Jenner survives, Tom.
Yeah, next turn.
This is a recon success. All right. Well, let's see if I can take that Jenner out. Grudge match. It is. All right. Spider on quick draw. Can the Spider finish the job?
Yeah. So he's auto hits. So I.
Yeah. Just roll location.
Roll locations. Oh. Okay. Jenner's up next. He needs 7s, 2 mediums into the rear.
All right.
Just 1. 9.
Left leg.
Yeah.
All right, now the moment of truth. All right, so we're back. That quick draw has seen better days. Gyro's destroyed. Mech is in forced withdrawal.
and that means that he's going to count as destroyed for the purposes of this scenario since he can no longer move. Now, that said, he does get one last shot with his LRM. He needs 8s to hit. Here we go. Gets it. Rolling for clusters. Just one. Location. So the Whitworth is next. Jenner just peeking out of cover on the right side there. So the Whitworth is going to need 7s to hit. Oh man, just one. This is not looking good. Clusters, get them both. Location, it's a right torso. Now that is in the rear arc.
Okay.
And then a floating critical.
Really? Unreal. So what's the damage?
5 points of damage.
Okay, so it's fine.
And then the critical, we're going to roll it on camera. What's the location? Oh, gross. Left arm, you know what that means.
Can't hit it.
Critical hit on the radio tower.
Does it fall over?
Probably, and then it hits the Jenner, I'm hoping.
It could impale him.
Knocks the GoPro off the mech, and I succeed the mission. So our last hope here, the Wolfhound, needs a 7 to hit for the game. Gets it. I don't think I can actually kill you without some insane rolling, but let's see.
10.
Left arm. It's not going to do it. All right, the blasted wasteland of LaSalle is now a battlefield littered with the corpses of mechs. The recon data captured on the camera of that JR-7F fleeing for his life down the sidelines there. Now that the quick draw is down, the Whitworth out of position, the Wolfhound really is the only one to pursue, but being called back to base, this mission, this one's done for. But hey, at least we get some sweet salvage from that catapult head kill. So, yeah. Tom, you didn't think it could happen.
I didn't see it happen.
Miracles happen.
Yeah, getting the initiatives really helped out.
Yeah.
And, you can sort of see I'm within range of the edge, so next turn, no matter what in my movement phase, I can make it.
Yeah, then you'll win. All right, well, how about we do a little after action report? So guys, stay tuned. It's coming right up. All right, we did it. 7,500 points. Tom, you have avenged yourself. You won this one. So recon mission successful. And
yeah.
you didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen. You pulled that one off. It was great tactics and patience. So what do you think? What do you think worked for you?
What worked for me? Well, nothing really worked at first, except for I had the whole game. I had good initiative rolls. I think I really only lost a couple, and especially when I was down a mech and you're forced to move 2, it really makes it easy for me to outmaneuver. I shouldn't say easy, but it opens up
some opportunities.
Yeah, and so if you watch back on the bat rep, the one turn I was able to, when I was trying to escape with the data, I was able to block the Whitworth line of sight by going behind the building.
More than once.
Yeah, and then in the last turn, I got behind that tower as well. Really lucky that the terrain played into my hands.
Yeah, it was good tactics on the movement for sure.
Yeah, and to rewind to the beginning of the game. So yeah, we were talking throughout the game, I think, about, I sort of played the same kind of list build where I did 2 fast and 2 heavy fire support mechs, and whoever recommended the Jenner F, thank you, did a great job. And when we were talking about it, it really made sense. Like I said, I think they're really light mechs that don't have a lot of damage
capability. They just get.
I think a better list for the attacker on the recon mission would be a little more all around, a little more armored, maybe. So like where the heavier guys can jump in if my lighter mech gets blown up, something like that. Yeah. So like we were talking about crabs.
Oh, the crabs your favorite.
Yeah, I mean that's one of my favorite
Wolverines, like gladiators, like those 585 type mechs. I think would do really good, for sure.
Yeah, because getting those mods at the end, it really did pay off. Mm-hmm. So if I took 2 of those Jenners and then maybe some lighter mechs to make up the BV deficit that I would be in from them. So again, it'd be cool to switch sides and be the defender once. I have a good feeling for what it's like as the attacker. It's very stressful, and it's really hard. It's easy to make those first couple moves, and then you're kind of always in no man's land where you're either going to give away what you're going for, or you're exposing your lighter mechs to fire that you just can't take. And so you were right. He sort of cautioned me at the beginning, like, take your time. And I realized having 9 turns, I was like trying to do it within 6 turns before. Yeah. That was just, and I was getting blown up. I lost both of my light mechs in the last game. This game, I actually kept both of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, the heavies moved in, right? And they cleared out some lanes. I mean, it took a little bit of time. Yeah. That quick draw miraculously still alive. He's over there. He's still alive. Crawling around, clawing his way back to base. But that catapult took a ton of fire, and then the Victor and the Warhammer just slugged it out. That was pretty epic, and once the Victor went down, I mean, I had to play super conservative with the quick draw because he had the engine hit, and he couldn't alpha strike because the heat penalties, and I wanted to keep his movement up to at least keep pace when you were making your escape there. So it was tough. It was really well played. I was pretty happy with my list overall. I mean,
they were great mechs.
I thought the Whitworth did a phenomenal job, and that was a stock mech. I really liked that mech for the cost. Yeah. The Victor with the LRM-5, I think it just adds...
LRM-5, let's talk about that AC-20. What are you talking about? That AC-20 is just like the mech killer. The mech killer.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah, it's a great weapon. And I knew because you had to come to me, right? So, and so I knew that the AC-20 was going to come into play. And I really appreciated the time where both of us basically fired all of our weapons into the building and hit all leg locations when we were on opposite sides of that low cover. That was brutal.
Yeah, I felt outclassed. Your mechs are really good, and I think you picked them well. Like when you're the defender, you don't need super fast mechs. And the range, the being able to deal damage. I think
I mean, I wanted that Wolfhound just to chase, so I picked a little bit of a fast mech, and he did his job. I just could not get that.
You're chasing that spider all over the place. You kept him locked down.
Yeah,
because I had some ideas for him, but
could not keep your tomfoolery, as it were.
When did you figure out where I was going? How long?
No, it was like turn 8, right when you started making the break. That's when I realized it was that one objective, but then. You gave me pause because at one point when you were measuring, you measured to that center one, and I was like, "Oh no, did I just overcommit?"
I'm just kidding.
The worst playing against Tom. The mind games, intensity
comes from the Zench thing on the 40K world.
Oh Lord! So overall, though, great game. 7,500 points. So that was really well played. You did a great job tactically. I thought the terrain was interesting as well. I think the rolls we had a little bit of boom or bust, but overall I think it was pretty average. I think
I was going to say, we didn't have like turn after turn of one.
Right.
There was a couple times it was disappointing. Yeah. But, and the mech and the refinements I made to the attacker list did work out. I was looking through, like the Warhammer, those 2 PPCs was great. Mm-hmm. He had the same issue as the Archer in a little bit of a way, where if you fired both PPCs, that was all you could do.
Yeah, you get 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, right? Yeah.
So very similar in that way, but once you took out his arm, I realized you could
just fire one PPC.
All these backups, you fire one PPC, and then you can, like 4 other weapons make up the same heat profile as one PPC.
Yeah, so. It's substantial.
Catapult, I kept him in the list because...
Great mech.
Yeah, I mean,
such a
survivable, the range, the damage, like you hit with the LRM-15s, and it's painful.
And even 4 mediums, right? No heat, right? It can just fire all this stuff and has so much heat dissipation.
Yeah, that was a surprise because I don't think I realized that last game. When I got into minimum range on the LRMs, I was like, oh, these mediums are great, and I like rained down fire on that quick draw, so that was good.
Yeah, and it beat him up pretty good.
The spider, I think it was just because you didn't really target him, because he is Literally, he has
2
pips on his rear side torsos.
Yeah.
2 pips.
I really wanted to hit him with the with the AC-20 when he ran past, but I was like, I have to finish this one. But it was just such a juicy thing. I think he had a 3 mod, and it would have been like a 6 to hit.
Yeah. But he paid off with those jump jets. Because
blocking,
he has 10 dissipation, so even jumping 8 hexes, like I was able to really not pay a huge penalty for that. So great mech and he was blocking
all over the
sight.
field.
Yeah, at the end I used him as a pick man, on top of that quick draw, trying to cover my rear.
He did a good job. Yep.
And the Jenner, the JR7F.
Great mech.
He has a lot of armor left.
Yep.
Surprisingly a lot of armor, and the 4 medium lasers. I was actually able to use him in the beginning stages.
You pounded that Victor with him a couple times. Yeah.
So I kind of feel like, you're going to think I'm going to hide him, protect him, but I was able to pop out and get some shots off. So
yeah, expensive in terms of battle value. I mean, almost as much as like a crab or something like that.
Yeah, but the speed pays off, maybe.
But the speed pays off. Yeah, really good.
Good heat dissipation too, I think. Yeah,
not
12,
too bad.
10,
Yeah,
12 heat, 10 dis. So
yeah, not too bad. All right, well, I think that's it. Good game, man. Yeah. I really liked it. So, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Make comments, because they were very helpful.
Yeah, don't make
just comments. For me, they're not on his lists.
Do not give Tom any more good comments. I don't like losing. So definitely comment. Definitely give us a like. Definitely subscribe. We've got battle reports. We've got mech reviews online at dfawargaming.com. Please check it all out. Really cool stuff. And stay tuned. There's always more on the way. So thanks from all of us here at Death from Above Wargaming.
See you next time.